Phantasma soldiers, what's new? It's me. It's Doc, your host with the Ghost. I'm joined by here with Daniel from Battle of Gods, a brand new game that will be appearing on the Phantasma blockchain soon. Daniel, what's up, my friend?
It's always up, but when it's down, I just walk with my hands.
Right. Okay, exactly. So it's very exciting time. So as you know, our faithful community, there's so much going on behind the scenes with Phantasma. We just released our newest update the other day. We've got lots of fixes, lots of improvements, lots of things going on. We've got several games that are slated to launch, and then we've also been bringing on more games into the ecosystem. Battle of Gods is one of those. And so let's talk about it. Let's learn about it. And then let's just talk a little bit about Web3, why Phantasma, and whatever else comes to mind. So, Daniel, tell us about yourself. Give us a little brief on your history and what's led you kind of into games. And we'll get into the Battle of Gods stuff here shortly after that.
Okay. Uh, if I talk about myself, it will be very boring or very exciting, depending on the crowd. Okay. So I would just get rid of the part that doesn't matter, which is probably 99.99% of it. And I'll just save the part that's related with the games. But for me to go to that part, you always have to go to point of origin. I mean, what leads us to do anything in life? Normally, it's our dreams and hopes or frustrations in case we don't really act on them. But I think we're always trying to, well, either something that don't want to wish to say right now, or go back to that moment where we believed in magic, right? And
Yes.
fantasy. The moments where, well, me and my brothers will be playing Christmas games, reading comics, you know, the, watching TV, cartoons, where things were magical, maybe because we were just kids and didn't know better. So I think most of us adults trapped in old man's, kids trapped in old man's body, uh,
Yeah.
like myself, you always try to rekindle that, right? I mean, you want to go to that point, and
Yeah.
that's what leads you to do things. So in a nutshell, that's point zero. But the 1% that I was talking about is, well, COVID happened, and it just presented an opportunity to do something with your time. And I am a very busy minded person. Excuse me.
Hmm.
And I thought I'm going to start playing my 10% of games that I haven't, board games that haven't opened yet. And then after a while, I said, I'm going to do a board game myself because I'm always finding holes on things. And I said, why did it do like this? Why didn't it do like that? So I said, I'm going to bring to life something that I maybe always wanted to do, you see. And I just did it. So in the past 3 years, I have created a game called Undergods, which is going to be launched by Frog Dog Games at Essen, the biggest board game fair in the world in Germany. And my brother, which is the other 50% of Battle of the Gods project, said, you must launch this on Phantasma. So that
Very
was,
smart man.
yes, he's smart. He's smart. And he's a man. So it's because of him that actually we're launching on Phantasma. My connection to the community is not as well. He's the one who's connected to it, but
Yeah.
it was him who actually forced things to. And I'm glad because when I started looking into what other solution providers in terms of blockchain, what they had, and if it could fit what we needed for transitioning from a board game to blockchain, we I quickly find out that it has to be Phantasma.
Yeah.
I graduated in computer sciences, and I said, no, these guys are the real thing. The smart NFTs. There's technology here that we don't have elsewhere, and some of these things have to be in Phantasma. I can
Yeah.
reveal them later, but that's it. So Phantasma appeared to be the obvious and the smartest partner, and we finally announced it last month or
Last
so,
week,
right?
right? Last month, yeah, yeah, yeah. So for those, your brother Ricardo, who's not here right now, is a soul master. He's been deeply
Exactly.
embedded in the Phantasma community for a while now. And what was it? So how native to as a game designer and who's someone who is arguably, I guess you could say, you're a board game junkie, right? That's how you were self-described to us. You've been playing games and also board games for a while. But how native to you are blockchain? With blockchain are you? And then you said that there were just certain things you could do on Phantasma that made a lot of sense. And at what point did, when you were reading stuff, did it really jump out at you to say, man, I can apply this to what we're building, and it
Yeah.
just more sense than elsewhere?
Okay. First of all, what's the game about? The game is about mythologies and gods and goddesses, humans, and the search for the path to our own betterment, so that we can ultimately become gods. Okay, so with this theme, I would have to define the game as something that will be civilization meets Magic the Gathering. Can I say brands here? I mean, I don't
Yeah,
want
yeah,
to.
yeah, yeah. It's fine. I mean, look,
So
inspiration is fine.
yeah, I
you
mean,
know.
we don't invent anything. We remix. We might be
Yeah,
original with a couple of things, and
yeah.
we have that. I have that curse or blessing depending on the days. But um, when we saw Phantasma, what was the thing? The thing that made the most difference is, for me, used to be a Magic the Gathering player. The first edition of Magic the Gathering Portuguese edition. I'm from Portugal. Is the thrill of you opening a booster and you don't know what you're gonna get, right? So
Mm-hmm.
for us to have an NFT that you can just click and buy and it's in your wallet, I would say the thrill of having opening something and getting more than what you paid for, that cannot be replaced, to my opinion. Now, if you want to complete the collection, yes, you should be able to buy it. Or sure, sure, sure. But that thrill, that magical moment of, there's people that just open decks from 20 years ago
Yeah,
with gloves, and so that they, wow, we got the
yeah,
Black Lotus. Oh my God.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Nothing
yeah,
beats that, intense moment of
yeah.
discovery, of frustration, or true
Sure.
bliss, right?
Yeah, there's the smell of the ink on the cards, the pulling them out. Yeah, that is a magical thing.
So that would be the first thing, the ability to have boosters. Of course, eco-friendly, low fees. I mean, if we want to be technical, we will be, maybe you can talk to my brother more about it, or this is kind of obvious, the key points of Phantasma.
Yeah.
But I would say it's the smart NFT technology, and our game is kind of um, NFT utility based.
Hmm.
So we have to have we have certain requirements for our game to be deployed like that. Another thing is, if you have an NFT and you can change, I don't know, attack or defense, or the artwork with the ROM and the RAM abilities. Well, what if I told you that our game, Battle of Gods,
Hmm.
allows a player, when finishing certain league competition requirements, can themselves become gods? So we have like a blank avatar, right?
Hmm.
And then when you succeed in reaching, that moment where you as a human recruit gods to save other gods, and ultimately you will be fighting angels and demons. So that will make you a god with a lower G. Okay.
Yeah.
So in doing that, what if you were able to be an NFT inside a game? Well, Battle of Gods has that, and Phantasma once again gives us that possibility. So I think it's kind of obvious.
Yeah. I think it's really cool that there there's like a lot of genres going on. You've got like your TCG type games, you've got your Civilization, and we'll preview some of the assets here shortly.
Yeah,
I like, but then you also have a role play element to it as well, because if you're starting with your blank canvas, as you said, and you're building on that, and you're building your character, and anytime that you can't do that with Magic the Gathering, right? Your stats are your stats, your card is your card, and same with other trading card games. So I think that there's a certain element of magic, as you said, finding the magic with gameplay, when you're able to invest. You're not just investing your time, you're investing your energy. You're hoping that the return is fun, and anytime that you're able to put yourself into a game on a deeper level like that and be able to grow a character or grow an asset, I think that's something that's very cool, and being able to really own that thing. So this is me. I own this. it's not just a sheet of paper I'm erasing and whatever can throw away. This is like my thing. Yeah.
Look, let me ask you this, and I can announce this right now because we will be, rolling out some. Finally, we will be initiating our marketing in a
Hmm.
massive way. But let me tell you this: there's such a craziness, or there was such a craziness with NFTs and why buy NFTs, and you pay, I don't know, thousands of dollars. It's just nuts, okay? But ultimately, in my opinion, is NFT is like a proof of authenticity, right? You have the the Gathering cards printed in China, and they know because of the piece of the ink and
Yeah.
the weight of the paper is not. So this is obviously fake, right?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
with the NFTs, and this is what I want to say firsthand, and I'm kind of eager to say it because it's been under the wraps for a long time. What if I told you that when you finish a collection of our mythologies, which I can get into later, a set of NFTs, you get a deck of cards, physical, which creates that,
Mm.
emotional connection because you want to have this. I want to have
Yeah.
my comic book that is physical. I have got over 5,000 comic books. Okay, back in
Hmm.
Portugal.
Yeah.
My home is in Thailand right now. But anyway,
Yeah.
back at my parents' house. Okay,
Yeah.
but I would say that that has more value than the comic book that I can buy from Comixology, from Marvel or DC. It's completely different. So you owning it and you say,
Yeah.
"Wait, I have NFT. This is for real," and it being numbered, right? Because
Yeah.
we'll be mixing with certain very restrictive and very we'll be using scarcity. I mean, it will be very cool to show our roadmap of what we're going to do with these cards. But ultimately, you receiving at your home something physical saying, hey, here it is.
Yeah.
And what
Well,
if
look.
I told you that you will be a character? So you being as an artwork inside a card, not only the NFT, but a card, you're going to
Yeah.
receive that. Isn't that cool? I would
Yeah,
say
it is.
yes.
Yeah, and case in point, if you follow the news, we just had the big Lord of the Rings Magic the Gathering thing, and the one ring was found. Of course, that's
To
going to
really,
go that's going to go into an acrylic case. It's never going to be touched. It's never going to be used. But if you had a digital version of this that you also owned with that proof of authenticity that you speak of, you can have your visceral, tactile in my hands. I can look at it. I can sleep with it. I
yeah,
can cry at night because of the value. Whatever you want to do, it's there. And then I can also actually play with this via Battle of the Gods
yeah,
or Lord of the.
that's another thing, which is if you have the NFT, there's a variant of the physical game, which I don't want to mix things, but it's kind of related because it goes both ways, right? It
Yeah,
should go both ways. We should mix everything. That's how
yeah.
evolution works
I
better,
like. I agree with you. So
right?
you use a
For
term
example,
called board. Oh,
let me
go
just
ahead.
let me just say this: you have the NFT. What if you had the possibility with your mobile to activate the NFT physically on the table with a board game? Wait, that sounds like a good idea.
Hmm.
Yes. For 3 years, I've developed the game with that in mind. You having the possibility of having a digital collectible NFT played physically against other players with their own NFTs,
Yeah.
okay? As well as getting the cards physically and buying within the game and the economy, sure, whatever. But the NFT, digital and physical together, isn't this something cool? Shouldn't we be experimenting with things that are not being done before? Isn't this the perfect time before, the top dog players come and just flood everything with money and then it's just changing of skins because all games look alike? Sorry,
Yeah.
in my opinion,
Hmm. Hmm.
right?
Hmm.
This is at least where we stand, where I stand with this. I don't know about you, Doc, but you can
No, I'm with
disagree.
you. I'm with you. We spoke a little bit before the call, and we were saying how you and I are both of an age where we experienced in the life cycle of the internet or gaming or technology some kind of wild west eras where
Wild
it was
West.
such an exciting time to be around, and how blockchain kind of equates to this again, where iterate on we can iterate on things, and it kind of gets you tingly inside. You mentioned board to block. So and you physical cards. So is there also a physical version of the Battle of Gods game? Well, you mentioned that, right? That you're going to
Yeah,
be
at the
publishing. I just
beginning.
want to
So
make
it's
sure.
called
I want to make sure that's really clear. So this is a dual front that we're doing
it's a,
here. Yeah,
it's
100%.
a hybrid entertainment product, if I want to
That's
slash
hey, that's
service.
that's how
Okay, whatever.
that's how it should be, in my opinion. Lore, multimedia, physical, digital. Let's build great multimedia brands using the blockchain as a foundation. And I
But
think that's
giving
that's
that,
the that's the recipe for success, I think.
that personal touch of, wait, I am a character inside the game. No, it's not just the gun, which is color, whatever, many
Yeah.
colors, whatever. No, I'm a character within the game. No,
Yeah.
we're paying top dollar for our artists, Magic the Gathering artists.
Hmm.
Look, this is amazing artwork that I can show. Some of it, not all of it. I want to keep people, a
Yeah.
little bit
Yeah.
looking forward to what's next, and I'm
Yeah.
sure we have opportunities to reveal more.
Yeah.
But come on, this is something that I've never seen anywhere. You, a character inside a game, isn't that cool? And this ultimately leads to what? The game is roadmap to be one player against up to eight. Okay, it's you
Hmm.
against eight. Cooperative, competitive. What if we generate enough lore with gods and goddesses being generated, where people kind of group themselves in guilds with their own banners and crests and fight
Hmm.
other guilds? In that case, it will be four against four.
Hmm.
So four win, but four lose. Of course, for someone to lose, someone else going to gain on it. So
Hmm.
it'll be four people winning. So we'll have guilds of 18 players because it's a
Yeah.
special number, and I'm a mathematical being, cursed being, I might say.
Yeah.
Uh, this is where the game should go, which is as we have the possibility of people generating lore with us within this very well historically accurate depiction of the mythologies that we have, that are going to be 18 with 999 characters. I'm
Yeah.
sorry, this should
Beautiful.
be the biggest mythoverse ever, to my knowledge.
Hmm.
I've been looking what's going on, and it's still something that we're going to be, number one, it's going to be very hard to bring us down because we will be generating more lore. Is it going to be called mythology? It doesn't matter because we'll be mixing everything. Because
Hmm.
as you create these relations and these stories and this character, which is like an alter ego of sorts,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
Then we're generating more NFTs. But with these NFTs, you'll gain more because they'll be unique. Instead of minting 99 or 333 or 666, the numbers that we have for the other gods, for
Mhm.
Odin, whatever, because yours will be truly unique. It will
Yeah.
be just yours.
Is that something that you feel? Because for me, when you talk about Web3, it's less really the technology and it's more the people that coalesce together that are using the technology or the platform. Do you feel that with this kind of organic way that you've described, people will come together and make these 4-on-4s, all that kind of stuff, that that type of gameplay or that type of organic evolution of your user base, do you think that could happen just with a strictly board game, or do you think that's something special about using
No, no, no.
blockchain and using NFTs or
Let's not separate people by putting them labels or whatever,
yeah.
right? I mean, you're a board game. That does not mean you don't play digital games. You
Of
don't
course.
play.
Yeah, of course.
You don't listen to music, right?
Yeah.
Shall we box everyone? No, we cannot cross
I
with the
just
others.
mean specifically about the way you're building your product. Do you
No,
feel
no,
like
it was built as if it's supposed to be connected. It's not
yeah.
like, oh, let's connect. No, from the beginning, from its inception, it's been conceived like that,
Okay.
right? And it will
Great.
go both ways. So as you have the NFTs full collection of a mythology, you'll be getting the physical cards, not the game, the
Mhm.
physical numbered cards, okay,
Mhm.
matching the minting quantities that we are creating specifically for that, and we cannot be. This is the blockchain we're talking about, right? So
Yeah.
this has to be well done from the beginning, and you will have a physical way to connect. So
Yeah.
digital gets the physical, but on the other hand, the game physically, you can incorporate the NFTs and you can play with them. So this means the bridge goes both ways. It's
Yeah.
not just
Yeah,
One way it's true.
absolutely. Another great case study on this is if you recall a few months back, there was someone selling an inordinate amount of very rare Pokemon cards online. And it turns out, they were from the factory and actually like pulling these off of the line. Where with NFTs and ownership, yeah, yeah, yeah. So they tried to sell a card shop like a huge stack of like super rare hollow whatever's hit cards, like I guess they're called. And so they kind of set up a sting operation to catch these guys. But with the digital proof of ownership and the physical printing of cards, we can also
Done.
negate that. So there's fairness. That means that there's fairness both
Fair.
digitally, both physically as well. Okay, so what do you say we kind of switch things up? Let's get people salivating a little bit. I think
Okay.
I think it kicked off our screen share. You'll have to do that again, and then I'll pop it
Okay.
up here on the
So
screen.
it's here present. I'm gonna, let's see if I can get the right order. Okay, here it
Okay,
goes.
alrighty.
Share screen. Share screen. Entire screen. Okay.
Okay, here we go.
Okay. So
So tell us a little bit. You mentioned that you had one of the top
okay.
artists
So
for Magic the
what I
Gathering
can show
designing
here
your
is one
cards,
of,
right?
yeah. Yeah, this is not from the gathering. I will show. Yeah, I will show the 3D animation at the end. Okay,
Yeah.
so
I just want to
this
make sure people
is
know this is
these
not
are the
AI
Celtic
generated art.
mythology.
Sorry to interrupt you. I just want to make sure people know this is not AI
Oh, no, no, no.
generated art. This is
Glad you
this is
pointed that out. I
yeah.
have nothing against AI. I just don't use it. Full stop. That's it.
Yeah.
It's 2 years of sweat, blood, and tears, and the artists that we have behind us are truly amazing. I mean, we have to
Yeah.
give due credit. Okay, this Michel Nolte is not only someone who's working with us. He's a true friend. You understand? And when we work so hard together, friendships kind of happen spontaneously. Okay, so
Yeah.
the Celtic is one of the four mythologies that we have completely finished, ready to roll out. This is still not the final art, but it's close enough. And I will just show a couple of them. There's a story behind this one because he wanted. This is a Lusitanian, which is a Celtic primordial entity called Dawn, and he inspired this this god on myself. Of course, he is better looking than me, but anyway, this is supposed to be Dawn, which is the goddess of the god of the underworld and darkness. Okay,
Uh-huh.
so and Dagda, very well known character. The horn god, or Karnayana, as its original name is called, with the corresponding items. Every character has their unique item attached. Silver arm Nuada, Kaint, Lugus, Ab, which is a trinity of goddesses, Cleona, Lear, Goibnu, Berobreus, Cuchulainn, Diarmuid, Epona, which is where the word pony comes from, which is the only
Hmm.
god that the Romans adopted within their, they got all the Greek gods and they call
Hmm.
them different names. Zeus will be Jupiter. So
Yeah.
Epona was the only Celtic because her following was so strong in where is now Spain and Portugal and France that they ended up adopting Epona, and this is where the word pony comes from. How
Aha.
about that?
Aha. I did not know that,
How
sir.
about Okay, so and Kedwen, Eriu, you recognize it from as a symbol of the Irish, right? And
Of
also,
course.
so these are just some of the artwork that I can show right now. I don't want to, create too much
Yeah, yeah.
suspense, but
Yeah, yeah.
let me move to the other four mythologies. This is Norse mythology. On the right, Thor is a ginger.
Mhm.
He's not blonde and he has a beard. And Loki is not his brother. Okay, it's his uncle. Okay,
Yeah.
it's Odin's half brother, and he's a giant and he's blue. Okay, Freyja, um, Dagda. Okay, these are the Celtic. Ra and Set. This
I
is
love
done by
these.
the Magic the Gathering artist. Our
Mm.
first illustration that we got is the one on the right.
Yeah.
Said it's beautiful. It's on our
Beautiful.
website also. Powered by Phantasma, Poseidon, and the Minotaur. and then we will have clashes between mythologies, and these will be rolling out, as some artwork that we can reveal right now because it's ready to go. uh, and let me show you one of my favorite. um, okay, this done by a Russian amazing artist. Okay, he has
Yes.
some exclusive deal right now. He cannot work for anybody else, but we still got his artwork before he got snatched by my fate,
Ah,
literally.
nice, nice,
He
nice. Yeah,
did
I love
all
the
the
the 3D
four.
motion.
He did all the four dragons that we have, because each mythology will have a dragon. He also did
Beautiful.
this one, which is kind of good looking. And what else do I have here?
Oh,
Okay,
the game map, the
I was
map.
talking
Yeah,
about civilization because I'm just.
yeah.
Yeah, so this will be the map. Okay, so it's going to be a civilization style where you, with your character, human player, will have your avatar, and you'll be going to the temple, bazaar, the market, and go into the underworld and try and save the forgotten gods because they're being forgotten and being trapped by a strange entity that I cannot reveal right now in the underworld. And it is our job to save, recruiting gods from the temples, the forgotten gods. In that process, we'll be finishing quests, collecting artifacts, equipping our gods, and having a lot of fun to see who finishes first within the finish the 9 quests or save 9 gods. So, in a nutshell, and I don't want to take too much more time showing what I'm not supposed to, but I guess, well, it's a special occasion because I reveal a couple of things that I want to start talking about, and
Yeah.
I hope everybody gets excited enough to just meet us halfway, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah. We just want to
I
get
think,
them.
is
We
that
want to
okay,
get them
Doc? I mean,
drooling a little bit. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I
you
personally,
put me
I
a little
love
bit
the art.
under the gun. I can.
I love the art. I especially love the Egyptian art. Egyptian mythology is one of my all-time very, very favorites. But we're digging deeper than that. So you've got mythologies. It's not just Roman, Greek, Egyptian. We do
Yeah,
we do Asian
it's ancient
mythologies.
mythology.
We do more ancient. Like, do you have Mesopotamian stuff like that
Yes,
planned in the future?
that's
Right.
the thing.
So
That's the thing, is that because everybody knows Thor from Marvel, or
yeah,
Hercules from DC. Marv Wolfman,
yeah.
George Perez died last year. Amazing artists from the comic book industry, legendary. But
Mhm.
for this side of the world, Hanuman, Shiva are references. It's just like it feels like far away. Why
Yeah.
should we get those references all and over and keep on repeating? Why not have Mongolian mythology? Well,
Mhm.
Chinese, Japanese, Thai, Vietnamese mythology. These are mythology we have lined up with local artists that we're sampling in some cases, that of
Mhm.
course are going to bring that personal connection into making this as cool and amazing as possible. So
Nice.
it's going to be a global distribution of mythologies, very well studied, and this is hard studying, okay, to get the connections right, and to keep the balance within everything. But we have the formula already, so it's just a question of really getting the right artists to bring to life some gods that have never been depicted on any illustration. So I think it's a noble effort, and it's one that I'm willing to do, independent of anything, because I will do this, and I've been doing it, and it's just the tip of the iceberg coming up. So let it be known or seen. But if it's not seen or known, I will keep on doing it. It's not going to stop me.
Yeah.
Quite the
Right.
opposite. I mean, it's already done. I'm already studying and working for the next mythologies, which means in the next 3 5 years, I still have a roll up of NFTs ready to go. It depends on how quickly I get them done, but I'm not going to speed up unless they're done, not perfectly, but I don't want to change anything else because I'm already happy with the result. So ultimately, now is the time, and we need to get this out before October, which is a milestone, because then it will be just fully digital and get things really speeding up. And we have Phantasma on our side, so let's get the ball rolling. I mean,
Let's get the ball
nothing's gonna
rolling.
stop us.
Yeah,
Nothing's
100%.
gonna stop us.
Yeah, it's gonna be great. I'm super excited. Battle of Gods is the game. It is the physical. It is the digital. We've got the NFTs. We've got the smart NFTs.
Yes,
We've got amazing lore. Daniel, clearly you've boned up on the lore, and I think mythology is one of my very favorite. Always has been
me too, me too.
areas just to really dig into. I love sci-fi, but I love going back. I love going way back and finding those stories that we all can relate to, and things that helped people understand their daily lives, and I think it's just really fantastical to think about. Phantasmal Soldiers. This is what's coming. It's going to
It's
be
coming,
exciting. It's coming. It's
coming.
coming. It's so stay tuned. We've got it's oh, I didn't put my little banner on here.
Yeah,
Did
you
it?
naughty boy,
Oh, my
naughty
naughty boy.
dog.
It didn't save it. It's at Battle of Gods underscore
Yeah, look it up, look it
IO.
up.
Yeah, I could put this right here. At Battle.
Battleofgods.io. Yeah, you Twitter.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Battle of
yeah,
Gods.
yeah. I'm not much of a Twitter guy, but we have to.
We got to do it. We
We
got to
have
do
to,
it.
right?
Battle of Gods underscore IO is the Twitter. Give them a follow. We'll be updating the community as things
Yes.
progress. We're super excited about this one. Daniel, thanks so much. Appreciate your
Thank you.
time. All right.
You too.
Any final closing thoughts for the Phantasma community?
No, I'll see you soon. I mean, let's keep this channel open for other reveals, but I will say this is just a simple introduction. So let's showcase what we're planning and let's get the community involved. And I hope that next time maybe you interview my brother because he will be the community guy who brings Phantasma on his shoulders and then say, hey, you do it on Phantasma or else. And he's the judo black belt. I mean, it's not that I'm afraid of him, but I still respect that black belt.
Well, you
But
have
I
to.
mean, I mean, I mean.
All right. Yeah.
That's it.
Next
That's
time
it.
we'll schedule a follow up with
Yes.
Ricardo once we have some more stuff and keep everybody apprised of what's going on with
Okay.
Battle of Gods. All right, man. Thank you so much. We appreciate it. And we will talk to you soon.
Thanks for having